Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We are back out here again. I was not going to go sourcing today, but I got a text from Goodwill of Grand Rapids last night, and it said, show this text for 25% off your entire order at any of the Goodwill Grand Rapids locations. So we are back out here. Luckily, I just hit the south side of town last night. So now we're on the north side, and I'm going to see what we can find out here at 25% off. Stack of what I thought were going to be good CDs and a DVD, but none of them turned out to be good. Here's a nice Charles Tyrwhitt shirt. It's a extra slim fit, which is good. Slim fit and extra slim sell well. This is a Disney Parks button up, and I know Disney Parks stuff is good, so I looked this one up. Looks like it goes for about 25 bucks. Here's an Ariat wrinkle-free dress shirt. These are very nice shirts. These sell for about $30 with a good sell-through rate. Definitely gonna grab it. Here's a nice Joseph Abowd wool blazer with a good herringbone pattern. This should sell well. Definitely off to a better start than yesterday. Found a few good things in there. We are at the second Goodwill. We're in Rockford, so the north side of Grand Rapids, and the parking lot is packed. There's probably 50 people in here, so let's get in there and see what we can find. This is a nice pair of Duluth Trading Flex Ballroom khakis. These are bread and butter for me. They sell for about 25 bucks. And this is a pair of Eddie Bauer First Ascent convertible hiking pants. Their First Ascent pants do excellent. This is a pair of Levi's Commuter Pro, which I've never seen before, but the sell-through looks good and looks like they go for around $35. So I'm definitely gonna grab these. Here's a nice pair of men's Merrell hiking boots. It looks like this model goes for around 50 bucks. I'm gonna grab these for 15 at 25% off. Here's a pair of Nike Dunks, the Pandas, and they are in great shape. Gonna grab them. Here's a Nike Tour Performance Polo. Normally I wouldn't grab these, but I really like this pattern. I think it'll sell. Here's one that I feel like goes under the radar. It's Bugatti, but it's their Ooh Cotton, which is part of the 8-way stretch line, and it has a really good sell-through and sells for like 25 bucks. Here's another one I see some resellers pass on. It's Proper Shirtings or Proper Cloth. Good sell-through rate, great brand. This is a nice vintage Tacobas Pearl Snap shirt with a great plaid pattern. Definitely an awesome Western shirt. These are good pickups. Found this nice vintage Woolrich chamois shirt or chamois shirt. All right, we've arrived at the pit stop here. I've got to get some extra caffeine into me and get some gas. So we'll stop in here quick. The thrift store, or actually consignment shop, is right next door. So the car is refueled and I am about to be refueled. Cheers. So that consignment shop was crazy overpriced. I walked in and the first thing I saw was shoes. I walked up and looked. I saw a pair of Merrell trail gloves and they were pretty beat up. They were priced at $49.99. So just based off of that, I turned around and walked back out. So now we're at the next Goodwill. Let's see if we can find some better deals in here. This is another one that must get passed up on often because I find them all the time. This is women's American Eagle kick boot. They have a great sell-through and they sell for about 25 bucks. Now I won't pick up all Travis Matthew polos, but this one has a good pattern on it. This should sell. This is an Under Armour performance polo, but it's 4XL. Definitely gonna grab it. Only a couple things in that last Goodwill, but as we get further into the day, especially when Goodwill does these like 25% off sales, they send out a text to all of their customers that are in their database, and as you get further in the day, it's slimmer and slimmer pickings. Like everybody's out. It's so busy when they do these things, so it's less likely we're gonna find good stuff. So I decided to stop at Legacy Thrift down the street here and see what we can find in here. It doesn't look as busy as the Goodwills have been, so hopefully we can score some good stuff. Here we've got a nice pair of Flex Ballroom jeans, Duluth Trading, good pickup. This is a pair of Skechers Arch Fits. These are in excellent condition. Here's a pair of FootJoy golf pants. These sell through pretty well in the big sizes still, so I'll pick these up. Tell me if you would have picked this one up. I left it behind, but this is a nice Giorgio Armani blazer. It's wool, it's like a pinstripe kind of. They were asking $30 for it. I thought it was too high. Comps are a little all over the place, so I wasn't sure, but I left it behind. Here's a nice rugby shirt. Some of these sell really well for a lot of money. This one sells for about $40, so I'm gonna grab it. And we've got another Charles Tierwit. This is an extra slim, good pattern, definitely grab that. Got a few decent things in there. I do like the Legacy thrift stores. I think they're pretty reasonably priced for the most part, but they are one of those stores that like consider Patagonia and North Face like the holy grail of donations for some reason. I found a North Face Windfall zip-up fleece. They had it priced for $35, which is crazy because, you know, you'll go through the shirts in a store like that and they'll have like a Relwyn shirt or a Poncho shirt and it's just base price of $5. So I don't know. They're backwards in the pricing, but a lot of times some of that stuff goes under the radar for them so you can get a good deal. But we are at the next Goodwill. Let's get in there and see what we can find. We've only got a few hours left in the day. Picked up this Travis Matthew Tencel blend pair of pants, in good condition, a nice gray color. These should sell well. Found some more Flex Ballroom. These are the chinos this time, or the khakis, and these are a good pickup for me every time if I can get them for like $6 or less. I spotted two more pair of them in this cool rust orange color, but they were both pretty beat up, so I left these ones behind. I found this awesome Brooke Taverner. It's like a pilot's blazer. This is really cool. Looks like the sell-through is pretty good on these. They go for like $60, $70, so I'm gonna grab this. I am definitely picking up this vintage Made in USA LL Bean flannel. These things have a good sell-through rate and they sell for around $30. Here's a nice green and black check pattern Brooke Brothers Milano fit. It's a nice shirt. I think this one will sell well. Here is another proper shirtings dress shirt. Good pattern, definitely gonna grab it. And I spotted another one, proper cloth because it's the cotton blend. Here's a Ralph Lauren. It's the Blake fit, which is a decent fit that sells okay, but it's got the flesh pony, if you can see there, which makes the sell-through go up quite a bit. I found a handful of good CDs here. I'm gonna throw some comps up on the screen so you can see what some of them are selling for. There's some awesome finds in here. So that last stop was pretty awesome. I found a bunch of good shirts, but I found those CDs. A couple of those CDs were worth like 30, 40, 50 bucks. That Transformers movie soundtrack from like the 80s or 90s, that one's selling for like 60, 70 bucks. So that was a good find. CDs there are 99 cents, and just a bunch of cool ones. I don't find good CDs like that often. But we are at the last Goodwill that we're going to stop at. I've got one more stop after this, but let's see what we can find in here, and then we'll move along. Here's another one of the Bugatti Ooh cotton blends, the 8-way stretch, but it's got a little stain on it. You can see there. I'm going to put it back. Here's a Johnny O hanging out polo. Sell-throughs dropped quite a bit on these, but I still grab them. Peter Millar Summer Comfort's another one that sell-throughs dropped on, but for $4, I'm going to grab it still. And here's another Peter Millar shirt, striped with a little emblem on it. Gonna grab this one too. Reebok Golf is another one that you want to pick up in the 3X or bigger sizes. Found this awesome pair of Ace Rivington jeans, brand new with the tags. They weren't priced up at all, so they were $8 at 25% off, so only $6. Bought a few good things at the last stop there. That pair of jeans, I'd never heard of that brand before, but it looks like they sell through pretty well for a decent amount, so that seemed like a good find. We're at the last stop. It's Revive Thrift Store. They usually have a lot of good stuff in here, and after this we will call it. Let's see what we can find. Found these North Face men's pants, priced at $6. Definitely a good grab for $6. These should go for around 30. These are the Chuck Taylor Model 2s. Gonna grab these for $4. Last time I got a pair, they sold overnight. Here's an It Loser Lover hoodie. Not sure if it's a great pickup, but I'm gonna grab it. This is a nice pair of North Face Gore-Tex hiking shoes. They were at base price and only $4. I can't pass those up. Here's a really nice North Face women's Down 700 jacket. It was priced at $18, but I think that's worth it. This is a pair of New Balance 813s with the Velcro straps, which I think is ugly, but they sell through pretty well. Here's a nice 511 tactical fleece jacket, men's XL. And we've finally arrived back to the house. It is about 6:30, all wrapped up for the day. I've got my stuff stacked up and organized. As you can see there, we have a big day tomorrow of listing. But if you guys did make it this far into the video, please like and subscribe. Helps the channel grow, helps out a bunch. And I hope you guys are enjoying your day, and I'll see you soon.